We've got some grape tomatoes that we're going to have. We've got our chickpeas or garbanzo beans, whichever you prefer. We've got some red onion that we're going to put in the salad. We're going to put some flat leaf parsley in there. I already, we've talked about beans before. I drained these and I rinsed them off. So they're just beans. Take a little bit of the salt off of them. And we'll get the tomatoes. Well, let's do the onion first. I can feel my, ooh, ow, ow, ow. I just burnt my arm. People go, don't you cut yourself? And I'm like, I have, yes, but I burn myself more often. I almost have to make a conscious effort to go, don't pick that up, don't pick that up, don't pick that up. Okay, there's our onion. And I'm going to use this little paring knife here on our tomatoes because it's got a little bit of an edge to it. So we're not squishing tomatoes all over. If you wanted to leave these whole, that'd be fine. If you wanted to go ahead, if you had some beautiful tomatoes from your garden, you could certainly chop those up instead of just using these. And I did get the flat leaf parsley. Oh, our biscotti's ready. I did get the flat leaf parsley, which looks very similar. Be careful when you go down to get it that you don't pick up the cilantro. If you're worried about that, you can either smell the cilantro because that has a very distinct flavor, or really look at it and you can see that on these parsley it has a much longer leaf. Can you see that in the camera? It's a much longer leaf than the cilantro, and I meant to bring some cilantro up. But to me, if you're not sure, because sometimes stuff gets mixed up, you can always smell it. This definitely smells like parsley. Cilantro is definitely cilantro. Cilantro's got a little bit fatter leaf and they're not quite as long. Yeah. When I was down there, that's why I mentioned it, because I thought, oh, this looks, until you look at it, I thought you could be mistaken between the two. You know, it may, you can't always depend on the color. Yes, this looks a little bit darker green than the cilantro, but you get down there and they're all stacked up and you're going, let me see. So I don't know if it's shade lighter or shade darker or whatever. And I don't think this had a label on it. So it had a label on the shelf, but like I said, things get mixed up. Okay. I always like to give these just a diagonal cut instead of straight across, just to, oops, won't use that one, just to make them a little bit different. Again, this is a good, easy salad, and using some of the beans like that, rinsing them off especially, is good nutritionally. This would be a good vegetarian dish for our vegetarian friends. And it would look real nice in an antipasto, which you're going to see in a minute, because that's sort of the Italian salad, is an antipasto. It's got different vegetables, it's got different meats, and traditionally that's what you would put out before the meal. Okay, now we need a little parsley here. About 1/4 cup. I did wash this off, by the way, earlier today. Okay, that looks good. And remember, we're gonna, oops, too big of a twig. We're gonna sort of ball this up. Okay, get that in there. All right, now for our little dressing, we've got some red wine vinegar, some olive oil, both traditionally Italian. Put that in. And then I've got a little whole, well, that's not right, a little whole fennel. Stir this up. It's in the, I believe it's in the onion family when it's whole, but it almost smells a little bit like a licorice. You see a lot of it in pickles. You'll see fennel in Italian sausage. It has a distinct taste if you want to come up when we get a chance to kind of smell that. I like it in the Italian sausage. You have to be making your own sausage. We won't try that. Okay, so this can be served, like I said, as part of an antipasta or as just a salad on a plate. Maybe you want to do that on some lettuce leaves. You could get, put it on a big tray. Let's move this a little bit. If you had a big tray like this, or you had a great big oval dish, all this is, like I said, I went down to the olive bar and I picked up some things. We've got some garlic olives here. This is some fresh mozzarella and cherry tomatoes, some garlic mushrooms, some stuffed green peppers, and this is just salami that I just folded. Let me pull one out. I just got out of the package, just folded it in quarters and kind of stuck it in there so it gives kind of a little floury, little, what do I want to say, little poof thing. And then I put some of the salad in the center. You could certainly use that. So this would be your traditional antipasta, where people would just take what they needed. You could use all sorts of thin meat if you wanted to, you know, you could, this would be your creative. If the rest of the meal you don't feel is as creative, this is where your creative skills would come in, because you could put in, you know, like all your meat here, and you could certainly use pepperoni sliced like this. You could use little pieces of ham that are sliced like this. Anything off the olive bar if you just wanted to have plain olives. It's just your sort of typical Italian salad.